Okay, we're in section 10 of the notes. And again, we're just talking about this optional material, which is related to the SAGE, which is a computer algebra system that we'd just like to introduce to you. You should not feel pressure to do this though, all right? If you're feeling any pressure, your pressure should be on what we're asking you to do, which is attend lectures, attend the example sessions, do the supplemental homework that are embedded in the notes, and do the web assign. And if you can do that, you're doing fine, all right? If you need additional help though, I do want to encourage you to come by during office hours where I'll be more than happy to help you through the material. It's dependent on you to do things though. I mean, a lot of people look for help when they haven't done the necessary. And what's necessary? Attending lectures, listening to the examples that we give you, trying to work those examples, doing the supplemental examples, and then doing the web assign. And it's going to take time and effort. All right. This is something additional. It's not required. What I want you to do, click on this thing over here, which is the Sage Math website. It's going to bring you there. You're going to create the CoCalc Instant Sage worksheet. This is the easiest thing for most students to do because just a click. You click on this, nothing to install, and welcome to CoCalc. And what I want to do, create a new Sage worksheet. So I click on New Sage worksheet. All right, what do? You type this stuff in over here, reset. I think we've been doing this a number of times. Shift return. X is a variable. We've done this an awful lot. It's interesting to note that Sage does not require you to define X as a variable, but it's a good habit to get in anyway. So I'm gonna put this over here. I'm gonna copy paste now. As I do, I want to read it to you. It says f of x is equal to, it's being assigned a quotient. The quotient is going to be a quadratic on top and a linear problem on the bottom. And you just, shift return. If I type in f of x, I'll be able to display it for you. Again, shift return, I see it. Basically what I typed in over there. Now, this is the part where a lot of students are very, very confused, and rightfully so. They look at it and say, what does this want me to do? And I'll read it to you. It says, take the function f of x, but they want you to do what's a simplify rational. This is a rational, they're going to simplify it. Now, someone says, how would you simplify that? Well, probably a long division, but let's see what happens. Let's see what it's going to do. Shift return, and it works on it. It's blinking, and it says x plus 2. Now, someone said, what did it just do? It did a long division. That's all it did. All right. Let's put the next one down. This is g of x. And this pertains to what we just studied. I'll do that. If I display g of x, shift return, displays it. Now, if I want to do the same thing I did before, right? So it's going to be now g of x. I'm typing that in myself, by the way. And I'm going to do this simplify rational here. I'm going to do a copy. Shift return. Let's see what happens. It says 2x plus 3. I guess it did a long division. All right. So let's do h of x now. Going to copy paste. Shift return. And I'm going to type in that h of x. Getting a little better now. I'm going to type this in, simplify. Oops. Underscore. Rational. Then that's going to be, it's going to take that h of x function and try to simplify it. Shift return. And what does it give me now? Well, it gives me something. It looks like it just spit back the same exact thing to me. All right. So maybe there's something else I could do. And what I want to do is I want to do this business over here. I'm going to copy paste this in over here. It's another command. Let's see what happens. No, there's no need to memorize. We're just saying that there's a tremendous variety of options to do with these rationals. And one of them is simplify. The other one is partial. And what does it give me over there? Well, it gives me sort of what I expected. All right. And by the way, when I say expected, it may be written in a funny way. If I were to read this, I would say 4x minus 3 minus this quotient over here. What is it basically doing? Long division. That's all it's done. All right. All it's done. All right. Again, I know that's difficult. Here's the deal, though. We're not expected to use this software to do homework. You're expected to do all that homework by hand. Right. I want to go back to this one over here, though, and I want to see if I can do it. All right. And I know that's difficult. I know students have trouble with this one over here. But what I want to do is I'm going to define variables x and y now. So x comma y equals var x, y, shift return. I want to type in, this x squared minus y squared. Put that down for you. X squared minus y squared. And you're going to learn by doing this, by the way. Divide by x minus y. Oops. And what I want to do is I want to see if I can simplify that. I don't know if it's going to work, by the way. Maybe I type it in wrong. Maybe I have to type it in again. And you're going to find out that this is going to happen to you as well when you start to code. You might make an error. Maybe this is an error. Maybe I got to put this in parentheses. Who knows? Well, you know what? Didn't do much. Would you agree? Let me try something else. And I'll try this over here. I'm going to copy paste this. I'm going to copy paste this. Shift return. Up, there it goes. So what did I do different that time? I just simply typed in, if you notice what I'm typing in, I'm putting this thing in the argument now. So inside the parentheses, what it did, it simplified the rational. Well, let me try the other one, all right? And I'm going to just simply, type over this one because it's so successful, I might as well reuse it, right? Let's see what happens over there. Shift return. Gee, I get the answer. Let's do the next one. Gee, it gave me the answer. Now, again, if you don't really study the answer, which what you're supposed to be doing in homework, you're not going to understand anything. You have to study. We'll do this one, 10. 10. Wow. Didn't do anything. Oh, you know what? I'm doing the wrong one. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, I did it. All right. And someone says, do I need to study that? It would be nice if you thought about what's being returned to you. All right. Here's the deal, though. We're not expecting you to use this to do homework. We're expecting you to do this stuff by hand. That's what we expect. And we're going to get the same answers, by the way. All right. Now, I realize what some students might argue. They say, well, if a machine can do it, why do I need to learn to do this? The number one reason you need to learn to do this by hand is you'll never get to use a machine unless you can do this stuff by hand. You have to be able to formulate problems in order to use the machine. All right. Thank you.